Sam Marcosson, professor at UofL Law School. He's been following today's developments closely, and he is live with us. Sam, thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
Why did this information about Tommy Ballard seem to come out so easily in this arraignment of Brooks Houck today? What's your view on that?
Well, my speculation is that the prosecution wanted it to come out. They wanted this to be put out in the public, to put pressure on the Houck family, perhaps, to let them know what they know, and therefore that they can understand that it's not just Brooks Houck who's in serious trouble. Obviously he's indicted, but there are others in the family are being investigated. And I also think they believed it was relevant to the whole bail question. That's why you also had this information about suspicion of secretly recording the grand jury. Again, misconduct by the family makes it that much tougher for the judge to justify reducing the defendant's bail.
Well, I'm going to ask you the bail question in just a second. But what was it about the question when they asked the judge? You were reading into the question as you came to your conclusion. Why is that?
Yeah, I think the fact that the judge asked the question, almost opening the door for the prosecutor to be able to disclose that, is revealing. That indicates to me, at least, that the judge knew. He didn't just ask, is there anything else you want to say? He asked, is there anything else you're investigating? That has to be a question that indicates the judge knew what the answer was going to be and was giving the prosecution the opportunity to get this out on the record and to the public. And if the judge was aware of it, sometimes there's scuttlebutt around a courthouse. Things are known to the people in the courthouse environment. And I think that shows that that was probably what was going on here.
Based on what you followed today and what you watched in that courtroom today, of course, they were in there today to try to get that bond lowered from $10 million down to $500,000. Do you think the judge now would actually do that based on what you saw play out today, which shocked everybody?
I think that's almost impossible to believe the judge would do that. Given the revelations about, at least allegations of misconduct before the grand jury, the investigation of Brooks Houck's brother, I think the judge has enough to be able to say there is dangerousness here, there's a problem in terms of the safety of the community, all factors that go to whether someone should be released on bail or have bail reduced. So I would suspect strongly that the bail is going to stay where it's at.
In Bardstown, for weeks we've been following this. Everybody believed that there would be another arrest. As the prosecutor said, they're testing that weapon, right, which they say they bought from, was owned by Nick Houck. Do you believe he's the next person arrested in this case?
I think once that testing on that gun is done, since they can link it to Nick Houck, and if they can show that it is a match to the gun that killed Mr. Ballard, I think the next shoe that will drop in this case would be an arrest of Nick Houck and putting yet more pressure on the Houck family to take other steps to get out of this situation.
So we've got trials, of course, to go to. Everybody is entitled to a fair trial in our country, but so far we have, in these two developments, two of the unsolved Bardstown mysteries leaning toward new evidence that could actually solve these cases. Tommy Ballard and, of course, Crystal.
That's exactly right.
All right. Sam Marcosson from UofL, thank you very much, always, for your insight.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.